Don't you just love when queer content is the best content? I know I do. It just makes me so happy that one of the best shows of the past few years is the one that has lesbians in it. They're so adorable, it hurts sometimes. So, yeah, the second special of Owl House Season 3 For the Future is out, and to no one's surprise, it is good. Like, really good. I honestly don't have anything negative to really say. I have some minor nitpicks. I noticed a couple of animation flubs, some of the lines were a little weird, and the pacing slows down in the middle and it's a little jarring. But that's about it. Nitpicks, like I said. Everything aside from that is excellent. I really like what they did with Bellows, giving him some extra characterization that puts him in company with the best Disney villains like Frollo, the hints at his tortured past, and how he ultimately is the cause of his own downfall, his creepy character design, and the way he's just casually okay with possessing sentient people just served to make him even creepier and more hateable. It makes Voldemort look like a downright shallow villain by comparison. I don't understand why so many people are trying to defend Hogwarts Legacy. Harry Potter isn't even a franchise worth preserving anymore. The only things this transphobic piece of shit has written in the past decade have been bad. Why can't we just let it die? Sorry, let my inner Twitter user get out of there for a second. Back in the hole. There's also a lot of character development in this episode. Honestly, more character stuff happens than plot stuff, which is a little surprising.
A surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one.
The episode brings a spotlight to characters like King, who we haven't gotten to see in a while, and characters who weren't really focused on in the last episode, like Willow and Gus. And surprisingly, none of this distracts from the characters who did get development, and thanks to them, the focus is still on Luz and her arc of self-discovery and confidence. Which, let's talk about this for a second. One thing that's interesting to me about the Owl House, especially as we've gotten into these final finale specials, is how much less subtle they've gotten. And I'm not knocking the show for this, it's great. Just that in Season 1, everything was kind of hidden. It had hints of queer elements and hints of a focus on psychological and societal themes, but they were always hidden so that the show could be fun and cutesy because the expectation was that they could weave those elements in slowly and naturally. However, with the cancellation, now the cat is out of the bag, so the crew just went for broke and made those elements front and center. By the time we got to Thanks to Them, the depiction of depression, anxiety, and self-doubt, as well as the commentary on authoritarianism, conformity, and identity, especially a queer identity, was so out there that it's hard not to pick up on what's going on. And here's the thing, this show's always been a queer story. Even beyond just the inclusion of canonically queer characters like Luz, Amity, and Rain, the story is dealing with themes that resonate with the queer experience, like identity, understanding, prejudice, and self-confidence. It's been there since the first episode. A young girl escapes the conformity of her life to a community where she is accepted. The show is also colored in a very distinct way, with very prominent uses of purples, blues, and pinks, as well as reds, oranges, and the occasional whites. It looks queer, even beyond just being queer. When we reach the emotional climax of the episode where Luz unlocks her talisman, the line used for this moment is, "The only thing I've ever wanted was to be understood." Now, is that a vague term that could be applied to anyone who was cast out of society? Sure, but considering the rest of the way the show is written, the fact that both its creator and many members of its cast and crew are part of the queer community, and its inclusion of queer characters, I'd say it's a pretty safe bet that this is supposed to be applicable to the queer experience. Because is that not what our struggle is about? To be understood, to be allowed to be odd, to be queer. The Owl House is a show that maturely and tactfully handles these themes while also being funny, quirky, and well-written. It's a show by queer people for queer people, a show that allows kids to accept themselves and realize that who they are is beautiful and awesome. A show for kids and young adults to look to as a way to explore who they truly are that doesn't come with any kind of catch or caveat. It's beautiful, insightful, funny, and emotional, all the things that make this kind of content important. It's the kind of show I always cite as the queer content we need, because at the end of the day, kids need queer stories the most to explore themselves and know that this way of existing is itself beautiful and badass. And I'm grateful to everyone on the staff for this show, just for giving that to us. Thank you. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh yeah, right, the number score. 9 out of 10. It's great. Go watch it.